All right, Sports Inquirer here at Georgia Tech Volleyball, here with Coach. Team is off to an 8-0 start. Just overall, we'll get to specifics a little bit more later, but just overarching things you've seen from the team to get off to a really good start.
You know, just a fun group. They play with a lot of heart and a lot of grit, and I think that they get after on the court, and I think that that's one of the biggest strengths about this group is that, you know, we got so much to grow and learn and get better, but I think that the energy, the intensity, the never say die attitude is in there, and I think that that's a great strength to have.
When we talked in preseason, you talked about the underclassmen, the freshmen and sophomores, and how you've had to incorporate them. The outsides and the middles have looked like they've really acclimated themselves well to the college game, specifically Mariana and Michaela Dowd. Discuss them and adjusting to the college game and even winning tournament MVPs, getting recognized by the conference as well. How have they done?
They've done a great job. I think that they embrace their position. They understand what's expected of them, and I think they just go out there and play. They're not overthinking. They're not kind of putting too much pressure on themselves. They're just going out there and giving their best, and I think that that's turning into very positive results for us. You know, and they're also surrounded by a lot of people that are helping them, adjusting. Our setters are doing a great job putting them in good situations. You know, so it's been a great team effort, even though the outsides are the ones that are kind of get seen a lot more because they get set a lot more and they get the numbers. But I think that shows just, you know, they're a reflection of the team and what we're doing as a team.
Just spoke with Lexi Dorn earlier, a junior setter. You mentioned the setters, her being a junior. How valuable has that been for someone with collegiate experience, especially at a very high level in the Big Ten, helping these younger players get acclimated?
Yeah, I mean, Lexi has done a great job from day one. She's just an easy person to be around, a good teammate, you know, and she's getting just more and more responsibilities in the match. I think that it's good that she has, you know, played at a very high level growing up and with her experience at Purdue, and so it helps to bring that experience here. She has done a great job for us. She's getting better every time that we get on the court, and she's getting more in rhythm and the things that she can do, and she's been a great addition to our group.
You're dealing with a lot of moving parts here, and with transfers such as Lexi, the incoming freshman, and even some sophomores, juniors who didn't play that much in their career here earlier. How have you handled all of that? And has these first 8 matches, having 2 tournaments at home, has everyone gotten the playing time you think that they'll need to continue on with this non-conference part of the schedule?
Yeah, you know, playing time is always tough because we got a lot of talented players, and unfortunately we can only have 7 on the court. But I think that every match we have started with a lineup and finished with a different lineup. You know, especially a lot of the matches that we get challenged. So that speaks a lot about the strength of the group and that what we have done. Their buy-in into this is going to take every single person in order for us to be our best. You know, and so it's a group that understands the value of teamwork, and it understands that yet you can be competing with that player next to your position, but you also you know, being ready to go when we need you to step in and help them on their good days. And we always talk about, we know, you know, a lot of times we go in with the mind of, we know who's going to start, but we never know who's going to finish on the court. And everybody needs to be ready to step in and do what they need to do for us to be successful. And we trust that everybody in our gym has the capability of stepping on that court and making our team better. So it's a luxury that I have as a coach with this group. I really trust other players that are in it, and I know that they're going to give me their best effort, which is the number one thing that we can ask out of them, is go out there and try your best. You know, and they've been doing a really great job with that, and I think that that's one of the reasons why we have been so successful. I mean, we've been in trouble a couple of times, and we have been able to come out of trouble because of our team and what we're doing as a group.
Obviously, you want to win every match that you can, but you've also, looks like the team's been in different scenarios. You've had some sweeps, even some 5-set matches.
Yeah.
How beneficial is that for you, just being in those different types of scenarios for this team as they continue through the preseason or non-conference part of the schedule?
Yeah, I mean, I think very beneficial. You know, the deeper we got into the season, the harder the matches are getting. I mean, people have more data to scout us and to kind of predict what we're doing, and so we're going to have to grow up fast and continue to grow fast. and get better. And so our goal is to every week that we get on the court, we're adding something different to our offense. We're taking care of being a little more disciplined defensively, a little more effective, so that we're just sharpen some things out. I think that we have one of the main components, which is it's their attitude and how they're coming into practice. And our goal was to now we're playing hard, and we need to continue our quest to play as good as we can every time. And then that needs to continue to get better. We're not there yet, not even close to being there yet. I think that we have a really high ceiling. There's a lot of things that we need to do better. But I think that if we come on the court with just the mentality that we're going to fight for everything that we do, we're going to be a tough team to beat.
Two more things. A recruit like Mariana, how does that process work? Obviously, I know you have Brazilian connections and things like that, but when does that process start for you, and how do you get them to visit and make that trip and everything like that? For people that may not be familiar with they know about the domestic recruiting process.
Right.
And as far as summers and club teams in the United States, but as far as getting a Brazilian, do you head over there yourself? Do you get them to come here? How does that work for you?
Yeah, so very similar. Of course, we're not watching them as often, but I've made 2 trips to Brazil the last year, and I have good contacts over there with people that I really trust. Of course, adding Claudia to our staff also helped the level of player that we're attracting, because it's a lot of young players want to play in the Olympics and they want to play professionally, and a lot of times there's a little misperception that coming to the U.S. it's gonna set them back towards that, which is not the truth. This is a very high level. There is very good coaching and competition, and they're going to continue to grow when they're here as well. And so it's very important that we get players like Mariana, who came from the national team pipeline, and that because she's got a lot of friends that play at that level, and she's coming back, she's saying, oh no, this is great level, this is great training, and here I am getting better, doing some great things, getting one of the best educations in the world, and so there's a lot of people that would want to be in her shoes and have the opportunity to do that. And so you develop the relationship with the people there. Of course, in Brazil, I have a little more connections, because that's just, we speak the language, we understand. But I travel a lot internationally to try to find players that can come in and make an impact as freshmen. And Mariana has done just that. So we're very pleased with how she's been playing. And we brought her on an official visit. She got to meet the team. She got to do all that stuff before she signed with us, and her dad got to come with her and see the campus and everything. So it's I think it's a great opportunity for her. I was in her shoes many years ago, and so it's I think that she's making the most out of this opportunity, and I'm just super proud and happy of how she's approaching everything and just taking on everything so quickly.
Where's the furthest you've traveled for a recruit? Either here or anywhere else? No,
probably Europe. We've been, we went to Italy and Slovenia and kind of that area. We haven't been too far yet, but plan on going to Europe again, watching our former seniors. They're all playing out there now, so we plan to take a trip over there and check them out and see how they're doing.
So Eastern Europe's been the furthest that you've been? Slovenia?
Probably, yes. It'd be more to the western side of Europe, not too far from.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't do the cold too well.
I was going to say, coming here to be the opposite. Yeah. Lastly, you're hitting the road, going for a tournament at University of Alabama, and you face them first. What are you looking to accomplish? Obviously, you want to win every match. What do you look to accomplish over these next few days, being on the road for the first time this year?
Yeah, I think just, again, the challenge of being on the road. We played Northern Illinois that Friday morning, and then we play Alabama Friday night, and then Marshall on Saturday morning, and they're all good teams, good programs that have had a great history of success. And so just putting our young players out in that environment. We've been very comfortable at home, and now it's a time to see how we react in not at home, in an environment that we're going to have to get to know the gym and get adapted to all that. Probably not the same energy that we feed off of here at O'Keefe. So there's a lot of variables that are going to affect the way that we play. But I have complete trust in this group that they play the game hard, and I have no doubt that we're going to do that when we get there. I foresee us being challenged more than we have been challenged. Because I think that every week, again, teams get better prepared to play you and they understand you better. So we have to be a better team than we were this past 8 matches in order to continue to do the things that we want to do.